Hey everybody, Gabriel Kevin here once again. Of course you're on my site, so it's going to be me once again. So you have found my songs page. Welcome. I want to give you a brief introduction about it, about me, my background, and also what the songs are and what's upcoming. So, beautiful guitar. Look at that. This is a Music Man, and it's amazing pickups on it. Now I have acoustic guitars and stuff like that and everything, and if you go to my music studio page, you'll learn more about that stuff. But hold on, let me put this down before I break it. And you also notice that most of my videos, I'm pretty casual. We have to do real life, right? So anyway, kind of leads into the songs. So this is my songs page. I have one album out there currently, an EP, 3 songs. That's what an EP is. And, or it could be 2 songs, I guess. And it's a pop style of music. Now, pop has been defined over the years many different ways. This is the kind of pop, like the 70s kind of pop, you know. A little bit of country twinge to it, only because I put some slide guitar in there in some of the songs. But I wouldn't call it country or pop country. I would say pop with a little tinge of country. The songs are very acoustic guitar, but not just acoustic guitar. They're produced. Vocals, some beautiful harmonies, and I'm not patting myself on the back. A very good friend of mine, great artist, great songwriter that I work with, did the harmonies. So if you hear harmonies, most of the harmonies, I do a couple little, most of the harmonies are him. And it's amazing. So, it's very upbeat, inspiring music. It's intended to get a message across, and some of it's a little tongue-in-cheek, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. But I wanted to also say my background, I'm from the 60s and 70s. I say that on the site. Look pretty good, huh? There's secrets to that. Email me, I'll tell you. So, my background is varied. Okay, 60s and 70s. You know how much different kind of music was coming out then, and everything was new at the time. So I was a big progressive rock person. Yes, Genesis, okay, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, all that kind of stuff, all that progressive stuff, right? I was also a bluesy rock kind of guy, like Eric Clapton, Cream. I love Cream, right? I was a Beatles freak. Everybody at the time was a Beatles freak, okay? Most people. I know a lot of people today, young people, say Beatles, they suck. They were one of the best creative bands ever. The songwriting's amazing, but I'm not plugging the Beatles here. I liked Uriah Heep, if you remember that. I loved Led Zeppelin and all that. When all the rock started becoming like more heavier rock, it was just so cool. Every album that came out was amazing. That's my influences. So even the Carpenters, there's the pop side of things. So I'm very varied. My next album's going to be probably harder rock. There might be another one that has a little metal in it. I'm not really a metal person, but I love just being creative. Another one will be a little more country. Another one might be kind of prog, or maybe more keyboards and synthesizers. Say that 5 times, Gabriel. I can't. I just did. So, stay informed. Go to Stay Informed menu or down at the end of every page, because when this album comes out, if you like the one you hear or you want to hear something different, you'll know when it comes out. So, the other thing is, all my songs are out on Spotify, Pandora, and all of those guys. Amazon Music, everywhere. Okay? And I would love if you went out there and if you like the music, add me to your playlist. That makes a big deal to songwriters and musicians. Being added to a playlist and then share it. Where you can share right from my site. So, and ask other people to add to their playlist and kind of get a nuclear explosion of, that would just be wonderful. I would thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I hope you love the music and want to do that. Okay. So, what about the music, Gabriel? Shut up for a minute. The music. 3 songs. The title of it is called The Season of Love. Oh. And it's actually kind of that kind of song. Oh. It's about season of love. It's about somebody. It could be an angel, or it could be just an inspiring kind of guy who sees ahead there is coming a season of love. And this person is offering to take you there. That's what it's about. To be able to see it and the magic of it and how it can change your life and what it can do for your life. Season of Love. I love it. It's just, there's where most of his harmonies are. They're just amazing. It blew me away. Did them all on almost one take in the studio. The next song is kind of a tongue-in-cheek song. I heard this, maybe it was my experience, I'm not going to tell you. But here goes a truck going by. Welcome to the trucks going by. Okay. So, the next one's called My Lady Jane. My Lady Jane has a little slide in the beginning, has a little country feel. But anyway, so it's a story. I love doing stories. This one is, I said tongue-in-cheek, finger-in-cheek, is about a guy who meets a girl, maybe at a bar or restaurant somewhere. And I don't know if it's a blind date, it doesn't really say in the song, even though I wrote it. And they just meet, and they kick it off amazing, amazing. There's even a hint that they may have kissed. It was like this first, but they're tentative, not sure what to do. So anyway, she leaves, and he's just like, wow, that was amazing. And then it hits him. Never got her name. He doesn't know her name. It was just so great. Just never found out her name. So the whole thing's about him, how do I contact you again? How do I find you? I don't even know your name. And he explains how great it is, and he has to find a way to do that. So there's a bit of tongue-in-cheek in there. It's called My Lady Jane, Jane Doe, John Doe, that kind of thing. Anyway, so it's upbeat, a lot of people's favorite. So is Season of Love. The other one is called Country Candy Girl. Yeah, he throws the word country in there. Oh yeah, you're wearing the hat. That makes you country? No, I know it doesn't. I love country music. All kinds of country music. So, this one is a love story. Well, they're all love stories, I guess. And this one's about a guy and a girl when they were kids, teenagers maybe, and they kind of fell in love. That story motif. And it's great, but something happens, and the girl's taken away, and he never sees her again. And the whole time now, as he gets older and older, he's realizing how this could have been, what it would have been like. And it goes on, and I won't tell you whether they meet at the end, but that's the kind of story it is. It's a touching story, but it's also a little upbeat. But anyway, that's my music. Take care, check it out. I would love if you add to your playlist. I love if you share it, and go to Stay Informed so you know when the harder rock stuff comes out, when the country stuff comes out, when the prog rock comes out, and more other stuff. Take care. As usual, putting the sunglasses back on. Enjoy. Let me know what you think.